Hey everybody and welcome. This is Amanda Moxley and the one and only Ange Klippel, the keto coach. How are you, Ange?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Well, I'm so excited you're here with me today, and I know that you have so much to share about your life and your story. And I wanted to bring you on for a couple of reasons. And so tell us a little bit about you and what your mission is and what your business is.
It took me a couple of years along my journey, but I lost 110 pounds. Half of it on low carb and half of it on the keto diet. And it was really, really hard. And I felt like a lot of struggles that I went through that a lot of women and men out there are going through too. So I decided, hey, I've gone through a lot of this and I think it can help people to finally lose the weight. Because I've yo-yo dieted like lots and lots and lots of years. And so I kind of finally figured it out. And so I wanted to help other people. So I've actually been a master esthetician for 13 years. So I've been interested in or into like nutrition and healthy, but I just wasn't completely living what I was doing. And so I finally got it. And so I opened two businesses. I'm a health coach, mainly keto, but I do paleo as well. And then I have my own spa. Yeah.
Yeah. And you and I met back in the day. We met like when I was a health coach. So tell us a little bit.
You were pregnant. Yeah. So I can't remember exactly how I found out about you, but maybe it was like through Whole Foods or something like that. But you were helping people to lose weight, but not just because diets don't work. It has to be more internal. For me like had to click in my mind to finally get it. And so I can't remember exactly what your verbiage is, but it was something to that effect. And so I was like, okay, I think that she can help me. And so that was probably around 06, 07, something like around there. And so I had some sessions with you, and then I've always kept up with you on Facebook. And then I saw that you were having an event, the event that you did, that awesome event. And so I went to the event and I was like, oh my gosh, I need her in my life again. She can help me so much. And so I'm so appreciative for having you in my life.
Isn't that amazing? I love this because I'm sharing it over to my pages. But what I love about that, you guys, I hope you hear that, is that I worked with Ange. I did free talks, and Ange was one of my first clients when I started my business back in the day. I started in '05, but you probably came to one of my free talks, and then you became a client. And I solved a specific problem, and I showed up and I shared with people, hey, I'm helping you lose weight, but it's not all about the weight. The weight is just a symptom of a much deeper issue. And then, she saw my unique message and that plane is crashing solution that I solved and became a client of mine. And then, stayed connected all these years, and I still continue to walk my talk and do these things and be consistent and show up. And then I shifted into now what I do now, and we were connected, and she's like, hey, that's the stage I'm at now. I've lost 110 pounds. I want to help more people. You're already a coach and a master esthetician, and here we are united again. So that is the power of being live, of showing up and sharing in person. So I love it, Ange. So incredible.
With positive people on your Facebook and people that can encourage you, because that's how I found out about the event that you just did recently. And I was like, oh, I really need to go to that because, even if you're not ready, I would say surround yourself with positive people, with people that are out there and making things happen, because hopefully it's going to, rub off on you. And so you're going to be able to get some of that.
Well, that's really the only way. They say there's a self-development phrase that says you're the average of the 5 people you hang out with. So that makes total sense.
Well, hang out with awesome people like Amanda. Yeah.
So, okay, so let's talk about, so you joined Speak Your Way to Success in the spring. Not to mention you have 2 little twin boys are they 3 now, or are they?
They'll be 3 the end of this month. Yeah.
Oh my God. So she's growing her business, and she started her spa. You opened up your own spa. But what were some of, before you started this keto coaching and niching into that as a health coach, what were some of the challenges, and why is it that you felt like you were ready for a coach and getting support in your business?
When I came and listened to your talk and a lot of things that you were talking about, so it's not new for me to I've been a teacher, an esthetician, But it was new for me to start a health coaching business because I didn't know like, oh, you need these packages and you need to do this free gift and you have all these workbooks on your website which are awesome that help you and like you have to have this great awesome talk. And I was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. So when I actually came to you, I did not have a business. I think when was that, in April or May when you did your event?
I think it was actually March. So it was
March. Okay. So I did not have a business open at all. And I was offering free coaching online for people to lose weight because I was like, hey, out of the kindness of my heart, I figured this out and I'm going to help people. And then you were like, why are you doing this for free? You could be making money. And I was like, what? I can make money for this. And so that, I guess one of my struggles was I didn't know what I needed. I didn't know what I needed until you told me. And then I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much that I don't know. And I remember I texted my husband. I was like, oh my gosh, I need her. I need to sign up. I need a coach because in the back of my mind, it had always been like a dream, like, oh, I'm open my own spa. But I never thought about having my own health coaching. And so it wasn't until I reconnected with you and you're just like laid it out. You're like, here is everything that you need. And I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you. Yeah. I didn't know I needed all that. And I need that. So, and you've been awesome helping me.
And what accomplish or what did you actually create since coaching together? What are the results you got?
So I didn't have a business at all. So I opened my spa, I think in May, and started my health coaching business where I'm making money instead of doing it for free. So I created a website, created packages. I started writing a book about the keto diet. I've been writing blogs, just everything that goes into I didn't even have a name for my business. I was like, I have to think of a name. That seemed like that took me forever because you want your name so people understand like what you're offering and what you're doing. So just having a name and business cards, everything. I had nothing. The only thing I had was experience losing 110 pounds and wanting to share that with other people. So I had that. I had my story. After you helped me, I was like, okay, I got my story, but that's all I had was my story. I literally had nothing else.
And you also did a lot of videos, right?
Yeah, I had been previously doing videos that I would share. I would do Facebook groups, keto Facebook groups, and I would make little videos for people like summer shopping, like easy quick meals or how to count their macros or how to weigh their food, all the things that they need to know. Because with the keto diet, it can be tricky. It's a lot of learning experience in the beginning, like what are macros and how do I count them? And I have to weigh my food and all this stuff. And so I try to make it as easy as possible to help others because it took me a while to kind of figure it out. And then once I got it, I was like, it's easy, but I want to make it easier for people too.
Yeah, you accomplished so much. Okay, so you opened your business. You actually started charging money.
Yes.
You created your website. You started writing a book. Your book, and then you did a blog, and you had packages, and then you did YouTube too. YouTube channel.
Yes, I started a YouTube channel too. Yes. I was like, yeah. And so I was just like manic, crazy, busy. Like for a couple of months there, I was like, I felt like I was drinking from the water hose. Like, oh my gosh, I have all this stuff and I need to get all this stuff done in a short amount of time. And there's no way I would have gotten it all done if you weren't helping me because I needed your guidance and then your pushing, and like our weekly calls were awesome. Was so encouraging to like, even listening to other people in the groups. Like sometimes I'd be like, maybe I didn't do my homework that week. And so I was like, oh, maybe I won't jump on the call. But I got on there and other people were struggling and other people had great ideas. And I was like, oh my goodness, that helped me so much being able to draw off of other people. And then you were just great. Like, okay, what do you guys need to work on? And so we'd be like, we need to work on this. You're like, okay, let's do it. And so just helping like weekly, it's hard to, to do something like if you don't have a goal, like, okay, here's my goal for the week. Cause you'd be like, what's your goal for the week? Mm-hmm. And so it's important to make your goals for the week and not like, what's your goal for the year? So if you're like, my goal for the year is to open 2 businesses, write a book, start a blog and all that stuff, it will be crazy. So weekly helped a lot. For smaller chunks. Yeah.
And I noticed you made a lot of friends and colleagues in the group as well.
Yeah, I have. Because you just make a connection with people, and so somebody would be like, "Hey, can somebody help me with my call and listen to my story?" And I'd be like, "Oh yeah, I totally will." Or, people would be saying what they do, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm interested in that. Tell me more about it." So, yeah, it's just like I said, just not just surround yourself with positive people, just as a collection, like you're collecting things, but because they're awesome. I mean, there's so many women in that group that I still, have contact with like almost daily, different ones, and they're awesome. They're out there doing awesome things, and they're just so positive and so helpful and encouraging. And it's great because some of them have things that I'm like, oh, I need you in my life and I need what you're offering. And I've had people that have said, hey, I need to lose weight. I need your help. And so it's nice to do business with people that you know and people that you love. Yeah, that you respect and that are.
And it can be so lonely being an entrepreneur and isolating, and you're trying to do all these things on your own. And then so to have that feedback, and I love the power of the mastermind. And then I was just thinking, I remember, Ange, you actually did you did all the work because you're awesome like that. But, and you did this seminar story. And I remember you saying you thought looking at your own food and body journey for your own seminar story, for your own talk that you were going to deliver, and for your videos and your own messaging. And you had like this beautiful aha around the root of where your, issue or your challenge with food came from.
Yeah. And I honestly think that a lot of women that have been overweight a lot of years, I think they have a similar issue. Is I started connecting food with love. And so if you're ever feeling kind of like down or sad or depressed and you eat food, you have that same euphoric feeling like love. So when I was a little girl, I don't know, second or third grade, I had some things that happened in my life and I was really hurt by it. And so I started turning to food. And so I learned that, oh, if I didn't consciously know what I was doing, like, oh, if I eat this cupcake, then I just feel great and I feel loved, and it wasn't until you were helping me and I was like, oh my gosh, all these years. And I still struggle with it. It doesn't just go away just because you realize what it is, you still struggle with it. And so now, like, yeah, I've got 2-year-old twins to keep me busy. And some days they make me want to pull my hair out and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just need some chocolate just to feel good because I feel so stressed out. And so I have this worksheet and we usually do a live call on my 6 week and up classes. And it's called What's Your Why? And so I've been able to help a lot of women find out what is their why. Why are they overweight? Because if you just go on a diet and you're like, okay, I'm going to be strict and go on the diet, people can lose weight, but it doesn't work for the long term.
Right.
And so if you find out why are you overeating and why are you overweight, then it's easier to realize and be like, oh, okay, I don't like the way I'm feeling and I want to change the way I'm feeling. So what other things can I do to feel happy and to feel good? And so instead of turning to food, you can go exercise or play music or take a hot bath or go outside and get those same love feelings. Yeah.
Well, I just appreciated that about your story because you hear that.
Yeah, a little bit.
Can you mute me while I Abigail's saying, Abigail, are you here? Or you mute? You can. Abigail said that she's hearing an echo too. Hi, Abigail. Okay, so I just really love that part that you actually had your own awakening and epiphany around your own relationship with what you teach. And then it is now helping you show up and serve and help people in a much deeper way and help your clients, even though you're already helping them in a great way. But now it's like, oh, wow, this is what I was looking for. It wasn't about the food, it was about love. So what would be your biggest, like for you, like what is it that you're most proud of what you've accomplished since working together in the Speak Your Way to Success program?
I guess actually opening 2 businesses because it's easy to say, oh, I want to open my own business and make a list of all the things that you need to do, but actually accomplishing it is a lot of work, and actually accomplishing it and getting clients. So that would be because that's the biggest thing is actually opening a business and getting the clients. Yeah.
great. And getting everything, like that was major. You opened two businesses and then you like did all this groundwork and you got all this like foundational pieces together and stopped doing it for free. And you're actually charging now for your groups, which is so cool. That's massive. I bet your husband likes that you're not doing things for free anymore.
Like when I was doing it for free, it was just kind of here and there, you know. But it was great because I learned so much, like what people needed and how to help people, and created most of my a lot of my content, not my packages, but I create a lot of my content information that I share. So it was good for me to kind of go through that and to find out what people needed to get help.
Yeah, and they need it. They seriously need it. So tell me, what has been your favorite part about working with me? I mean, you've been a long-term client over these years, but in this particular program, what's your favorite part?
Okay. So you're great at the business, but you're so great because I remember one day I was like, okay, Amanda, I'm just having a really bad day. I'm struggling internally and I need your help, your guidance, your coaching, your love, your friendship. And you're like, okay, we can put that to the side and let me help you with what you need. Because you were a health coach and you are a business coach and you're just so good at coaching. You're so good at like reading people and knowing what they want and what they need. And it's really all about us. That's what I think that's the best thing about you is that's like, what do you need today? And it could be silly. I'd be like, how do I get my boys to go to bed early? I'm just kidding. But you would be like, oh, well, this is what you do. But yeah, that's the best thing about you is that you're just like, what do you need today? Because it's all about you and holding us accountable because you're like, okay, this is what you need today, but what are you going to do this week? Like, what are you going to do to put the work in? So you need that. You need a coach that is there for you, that doesn't just have like this agenda and like, okay, this is what we're doing. And it doesn't matter if you need something else today. And then, but you're going to hold me accountable. Like, okay, now I helped you with what you needed. These are the steps you need to take. Now next week, now tell me next week that you did it.
Yeah. Ultimately, it's about where you're ultimately headed, but little things get in your way. Life gets in the way, kids and family and all that stuff. And so, but you have to learn how to navigate those as an entrepreneur and slay those dragons and powerfully move forward towards your goal and not get distracted. So thank you. I appreciate that. I do care about my clients and your success and really care about you as an individual. I'm not so attached to, my agenda or getting the stuff done, but I want you to get results. So, Ange, where is it that like, if we want to go and follow you or join your group or tell us like how we can stay connected with you for keto coaching and maybe even your.
I have, so my, my coaching, my website is Ange, Klippel, Klippel coaching.com. And you can just go check out my website. It's, I'm still working on it, but I have a lot of things up there, but, you can call me. There's a link to call me. There's a link to send me a message if you just want to send a message. And, right now for anybody who's interested, I'm offering the free phone consultation and I'll send you a free keto food list. Cause that's really a good thing to have with all the foods that you can eat instead of just what you can't eat. But yeah, so check out my website.
And that website is all brand new, angeklippel.com.
AngeKlippelCoaching.com.
Okay, Ange Klippel Coaching, and her name's right here, y'all on the screen. So AngeKlippelCoaching.com. And then Ange, since we have a little bit more time, what kind of tips, because there's a lot of people that do want to release weight and transform their body, and they're interested in this idea of the keto diet. So tell us a little bit about how we can use that, especially in this time of the year, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere when it's dark and you don't want to wake up early or stay up late and for exercise and food. What are some, give us your top 3 best tips for health in keto?
Okay. I would say, well, for health is exercise. Like motion is the lotion, but you got to find something that you love. So it can't just be like, okay, I want to lose weight, so I'm going to start running and you hate it. Cause I've done that. I'm like, I really want to run, but I really don't like it. So you have to just find something that you love, because when you start having those feelings like I want to eat cake or I need that feeling of love, for me, I've been taking body gym classes at the gym. It's like a dance class. And I need to go to the gym. Like Even if I'm not feeling the best, I'm like, I'll feel so much worse if I don't go. So my number one thing is find something that you like to do. It could be hiking, riding your bike. It doesn't matter. But if you love it, you'll do it. That's the thing. If you don't love it, you won't do it.
Motion is lotion. I've never ever heard that.
Really? Yeah. Motion is lotion.
So true.
Yeah.
This waking up thing, and I know you go to the gym every day, but I've been waking up and doing the Miracle Morning. If you've ever heard of it, great book. And I've been exercising, even if it's just 30 minutes in the morning on my exercise bike. And I feel so good and energized. And then I might go to yoga later on in the afternoon. But I love that. Motion is lotion, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. And number two, I would say is don't feel like it's a death sentence. Like, because food is really meant to nourish and feed our body. And we should eat to live, not live to eat. And so a lot of people out there, and I did it for lots of years, is living to eat. And so, maybe you don't want to do the keto diet, maybe you want to do another diet, but choosing healthy options. I personally think keto is super easy because like lunch and dinner is you pick a protein and a veggie, like steak and green beans or chicken and salad. It's just, to me, it's the easiest plan out there. And I like easy, especially because I have the 2-year-old twins. I'm like, what's the easiest thing to make? And that's the easiest.
Right. And they'll eat it too, I bet.
Oh yeah. They eat, but half their plate is keto. I was telling somebody that has kids, they're like, my kids, have to make different foods. And I was like, no, just make an extra side, because my kids will eat chicken and strawberries. That's keto. And then I'll make them, macaroni and cheese. So
how do you,
I don't make 2 whole meals.
What's your best tip for actually cooking, preparing food? Because I find that hard too.
Yeah. Baking is the easiest because you can just, like if it's, chicken, you just stick it in the oven 50 minutes or an hour and turn your timer on. Bacon's super easy, super fast. And then just like the bag salads, dump out a bag salad and your chicken and dressing. It's so easy. That's the easiest thing. Or can of tuna and bag salad, like for people that are on the go. It can be so easy. Yeah.
That's a good tip. I love tuna food. I don't eat it that often. That is so easy.
I love, I just, yeah. Yeah, so the basic idea of keto is basically no sugar or, carby foods like potatoes and rice. So you can have berries and veggies and protein and cheese and nuts. So it's pretty easy. If you want a snack, grab a handful of nuts. I mean, there's not much that's faster than that. So I just like simple, make it easy. And then my third tip would be drink lots of water. Drink lots of water. I mean, if you eat healthy, drink lots of water and move every day, you're going to feel so much better. And people worry, like, because I did too, like, oh, I only lost 1 pound this week. So, oh my gosh, I should just eat whatever I want. Well, 1 pound a week is 52 pounds a year. And 52 pounds, that's a lot of weight. So don't beat yourself up if it's only 1 pound. But honestly, if you're choosing healthy food, drinking water, and moving, you're going to lose at least 1 pound a week.
That sounds so easy.
Yeah.
So, do you weigh yourself regularly?
I usually weigh myself maybe once a week. Sometimes it just depends. Like I'm feeling like, you can feel it, measurements are really the best.
Okay.
Because if you're lifting weights, you're going to gain a little bit of muscle, or if you had more carbs than you wanted to that day, carbs hold on to water. So when you weigh, you're going to be holding on to water. You're going to weigh a little bit more. So it can be a tool. It's just a tool. It can be a good thing to know, like, oh, I gained 1 pound this week. And look at what you did. What did I do that I shouldn't have? And if you did everything right, you're just holding on to a little bit of water, or you're gaining some muscle. But measurements don't lie. Sometimes that scale will trip you up. And so many times in the past, I'll be like, oh, I gained 1 pound this week. I'm just going to eat whatever I want. And then I turn around and gain 10. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so silly because you can turn around so fast. But
yeah, I weighed myself in 2006. Maybe mute. And it's because I had major emotional issues where if I liked it, then I would go and celebrate. And if I didn't, then I would go. but now have no emotional eating issues or body issues. So I'm kind of like, I think I could bring the scale back and just use it as a feedback to see how I'm doing and to stay on track. Because I do notice this time of the year, I'm not doing my mountain biking. I'm not doing my hiking as much because it's cold out and I don't like to be cold. So I think through those winter months, it's good to have that measurement tool to help you. So I like that. I don't even have a scale. Have to go buy one. Cool. So sounds pretty like easy, guys. Motion is motion, eat to live, drink water.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Yeah. No, it's so easy. Why is like, 70% of America is obese or something? So
I think they haven't figured out their why. Why is it important? Because they say, I watched that show, My 600-Pound Life, and those people, they're obsessed with food, but they don't have a why. Like, why is it important for me to be healthy? And don't just think, why do I need to lose weight? But why is it important to be healthy? And for me, it was, I needed to be more active for my boys. I didn't, we live in Utah, greatest snow on earth, and I didn't want them to get older and be like, Mom, let's go skiing. And I'm like, I can't, I'm too fat. Or I can't ride bikes with you. And so my why was my boys. And so if your why is important enough, then you don't think, oh, I can't eat that pan of brownies. You think, oh, let me find some other way to feel good, exercise, or, go outside.
Right. I like the saying, you find a why that makes you cry.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So good. So Ange, it's been such a pleasure. I'm so grateful you gave us these amazing tips that are so easy. And I'm sure you work with people to help them figure out their why, understand their self-sabotage, and really find that diet or keto and stick to it so that they can get the results.
Yeah.
Back up their why. So stay in touch with Ange Klippel, coaching.com. And I appreciate you for being here. And I hope everyone, you got a lot out of this. Next week, I'm going to be in the Bahamas.
Oh.
I know. I'm so excited. And I'll be swimming in an ocean that color.
Oh, fun.
It's so beautiful there. So I hope to come to you live for the Facebook Live. I'm sure I will. I just don't know time zone wise, but I'm sure I'll come to you guys live for that. If you are interested in coaching, I think Ange gave a really great success story today about the kind of results that are possible with having a coach, having accountability. She launched 2 businesses, her spa and her coaching business, started making money, got her website, her packages, started a YouTube channel, her blog, started writing a book, and also has made lifelong friends. So if you're up for that and you're like, maybe Amanda can help me too, you speaking. Yeah. And not to mention, I think it's so cool that we originally met when I was a health coach and I was doing speaking in my local town, which we both live in Utah, which is so cool. And then you came to my live event, and now here we are. So, this stuff works if you work it. If you're interested, check out, I'll put the link for the webinar, about the Moxley method and how to use speaking to attract 3 to 5 clients. And that could be long-term life clients. Actually, just got off the phone with another client who's coming back to work with me after 3 years. So that's fun. I love it. But using speaking, so I'll put together that link about how to do that with the webinar. And then if you are interested, you can go to amandamoxley.com/apply, and you can apply for a strategy session, and we'll see if we're a good fit and talk about that. And obviously go and refer your friends to Ange and connect in with Ange for any keto or health coaching needs. So I think you're a real pro. I mean, hello, you lost 110 pounds.
Thanks.
Who does that? That's so incredible.
That's a person.
Yeah, right? That's like my 2 kids together, like combo.
Yeah.
Good job, Angel. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.